Hello and welcome again. Today I will talk about a very special issue, and that is I appeared for GATE exam twice. One, the first time I appeared in GATE GATE 2022, and that was in that time I was in my third year of college in Jadavpur University, and next time GATE 2023. Okay, so this was my third year. I was at third year of my bachelor's course, and in 2023 I was in fourth year. So in 2022 my rank was something 3668 something, and that and and in 2023 the same rank was 31. Okay, so I will share some of the things that I have learned from the GATE exam of 2022. Okay, and only those things I have improved to improve my marks. Okay, not only those things, but those had a greater amount of contribution in improvement of my marks and rank. Okay, so what were those 3 to 4 points, main points? Okay, so first of all, I will talk about main 3 to 4 points. The first point is controlling your ego, right? So just mind that you are not proving anyone uh, that how much concept you do have. Okay, so gate is not an interview. You have to just uh, take some marks. So main objective is to get marks. Okay, so if anyone gets the marks by let us say just by guessing, and his or her luck is so good that almost all the questions that he guessed becomes right. Okay, then also he or she can be AIR 31, right? So that is the point. That is, you don't have to prove anyone that how much concept you had. So in GATE 2022, there was a question from heat transfer, and I was like, I know heat transfer very well. So how can't I solve this question? Okay, so that was my ego, and behind that question, I solved 10 minutes or more than that, and that was the first point of my destruction for those 3 hours. Okay, so this ego can ruin your 3 hours of GATE exam. Okay, so don't attach ego with any question. The question can be very simple, like it can be a slab, and you are given the two temperatures. Okay, T1, T2, and there is some heat generation, then maybe you have to find the temperature profile. But still, if that much easy question is not solved by you at that particular moment, then don't try to attach your ego with that I have to solve this question only by who can prove. So in gate 2022, what has happened to me that I did not have the time to look over all the questions, and that was the distraction. Okay, so there were many questions at the end that I could have solved very easily, but due to the lack of time which I created myself because of my ego, I could not see those questions even. Okay, so maybe if I had corrected just my ego in gate 2022 only, this rank would come down under 1000. Okay, so gate is not all about the concepts. Okay, there are not only gate, any exam is not all about the concepts. Okay, this thing can affect very much. Okay, so what you should do ideally, uh, your target should be that you have to attempt all the questions, right? So this should not be the case that after the examination you are like, okay, so last 10 questions I couldn't attempt or I could not get the time to see even. And after the examinations get over, then you come out of the hall and you see that out of those last 10 questions, might 5 to 6 questions were solvable by you. So have uh, you just have missed uh, maybe 5 to 10 points just because of your ego. Okay, okay, so and this point only this point only okay, this point only make me come to the second point, and that is, um, choose a strategy for attempting attempting 65 questions in 3 hours. Okay, so how can you choose the strategy? And strategy means what? So anyone can choose that okay, I will start from the question 1 and I will move to the question number 65, maintaining the serial number. Anyone can choose that, okay, I will solve the 1 marks question first and then I will move to the 2 marks question. Anyone can choose, okay, that if any question seems to me a little bit hard, then only I will skip that question. So only those questions that I can surely solve just by seeing once, those I will solve first. And other than that, just a little bit harder question than that, I will skip at the first moment and I will come back to the question later. So these kind of strategies are there. So how to choose your strategy? So first of all, you have to attempt the test series. Okay, so attempt FLTs, full length test series. So if you go by any standard organization's test series like MADESY, Exergy or any other, okay, so then you can at least get some 10 full length test. Okay, so for the 10 so if you are getting 10 full length tests, so okay, so for Exergy I think you get 15 full length tests. So if you are getting 10 full length tests, so maximum, okay, first first 3 to 5 FLTs, try various strategies. Then if any, okay, so now you are attempting some strategy. So let us see, so let us say that in any strategy you are getting a very good marks. Okay, so good marks can vary. Okay, because at first I was getting 30 out of 100, so that was a bad marks for me. But in the next test, if I get 40 out of 100, then that is a good marks for me. Okay, so I am improving, so that improvement is the good marks. Okay, so first of all, I am attempting the FLTs. So first 3 to 5 FLTs I am trying various strategies. Okay. So my objective is okay, to feel confident over 3 hours. 3 hours. Okay. So this word is the key for any exam, confidence. Okay. This word is very important. The time you lose your confidence, everything can go down. Okay. So you have to pick that strategy which makes you comfortable and confident. So for me, I used to do from 1 to 65, the question 1 to 65. I started from the aptitude section and I moved thoroughly up to the question 65. But I ensured that I have to see all the questions. I have to see all the questions. So what I used to do is in my fourth year gate preparation, so I ensured that I will not see any question more than 3 minutes, right? Like if I am seeing that 3 to 4, maximum 4, that I am, if I am requiring more than 4 minutes to get the uh, 80% solution, then surely I cannot solve that. Okay, and that actually you can know just by seeing, or after uh, after seeing a question and giving it your 2 minutes, then surely you will come to know that whether in the next 2 minutes you will get the solution or not. So if you are something stuck and you are feeling that okay, in the next 2 minutes also I will not get this the solution, then just leave that question and move forward. So I used this strategy. Okay, so that's why I started from question number 1, following the order up to 65, and I ensured that I will not spend more than 4 minutes in any question. So in the second minute, if I feel that I cannot solve this question in the next 2 minutes, then I will leave it. And then after seeing all the questions, I will get back to those hard questions. Okay. So here, pick up the strategy that makes you most confident, right? That makes you most confident. Okay, done. So, and now here, for any aspirant, this is true. This fact is true. Which fact? So for any aspirant, this fact is universally true for any exam. So if you can solve, uh, if you can solve a good number of question in first, let us say 30 to 45 minutes, then your confidence boosts up. Okay, so this is an universal truth for any exam and for any aspirant. Okay, so that is why, but there is a catch. So if anyone is going by my strategy, so then you can see that okay, I am attempting the question number 1, so it is not solved by me. Question number 2 not solved by me, 3 not solved by me. Okay, so then anyone can think okay, so first 3 questions I cannot solve, then this exam is not for me, this day is not for me. So then you are gone. But I train my mind and brain in such a way that even if I cannot solve first 10 questions also, then also I will move to the 11th question, with a same mentality okay, so my exam starts from the 11th question. So then I haven't uh, wasted much time in solving these first 10 questions, and I have moved to the 11th question directly. So then I can solve the 11th, maybe 12th, maybe 13 also. So you have to train your mind and brain in such a way, okay, that even if you are not able to solve the first few questions, you have to skip those questions immediately and move to the next one, okay. So and most of the cases, in most of the cases, to keep your mind such calm is very hard, okay. And if it is really the case that you cannot solve this 10 questions, so then also it is very hard to keep your mind calm. I was just giving an example because I did not faced that situation that I could not solve the first 10 questions. Yes, I have faced the situation, that is, I have solved maybe the question number 2, then 5, then 8, this kind of, that out of first 10 I have solved the 3. But so then another strategy could be that you just look through the question. So in the first view, you will get the hunch, or you will get the feeling that whether you can solve that questions or not. So only solve those questions in the first attempt, in the first view. Sorry, in the first view means what? You have to go from 1 to question number 65 in the first view. So this first view may be of 30 to 45 minutes, and in these minutes you are solving only those questions which just by seeing you get a hunch that I can solve this. Then you get to the second view, again from 1 to 65. Then you come to the questions that are a bit harder. So in this one, so believe me, at least 60 to 70%, even 80% questions are at easy level, easy to moderate level. Remaining 20 to 30% questions are tough. So I'm sure that if you have the right concept, and if you have practiced enough, so then out of the 65 you will be able to solve at least 20 to 30 questions in first let us say 45 minutes, okay. So even if not 20 to 30, even if 15, then also you are remaining with 40 questions with 2 hours and 15 minutes, okay. So then we will see that okay, just half an hour passed and I have solved 15 questions. So that will boost your confidence very much. And believe me, all the things are the games of mind in those 3 hours. So that level of confidence can boost your examination performance. So I controlled my ego, and I controlled my mind that okay, I will see just at any question for the first 2 minutes. If I get the hunch that that question will not solved by me for the second, in the second 2 minutes, then I will leave that. So this was my first point, controlling your ego. And also another point is there, so I can make it the point number 2, that is, choose a strategy for attempting 65 questions in 3 hours, right? Okay, now the third thing comes. So the third point is learn, or train your mind to use the calculator. So I am calculator. So I am pretty sure that many of you during solving the test series or the question banks or the answers, so you use your own calculator, that is a scientific calculator that all you have at your home. But believe me, that is a destructive habit. Okay, so that calculator has various features like memory creation, memory recall. So these types of features many of us don't know. Okay, so learn that calculator very efficiently, every feature of that calculator, and in any test series like Exergic, they have a question bank, and in every question bank, any test series, anything, they will provide you the on-screen calculator. So you have to use that calculator and only by mouse. Okay, so in that way you can train your brain and mind to use that calculator very fast. So if anyone has not practiced a lot with that calculator, so then he will become slower in using that calculator in these 3 hours. But if anyone has practiced a lot and get acquainted with that calculator, then he or she can use that calculator very fast. Okay, and that can save your time. That can save your time. So here only one point is use calculator. So not any calculator, on screen and by mouse while solving questions. While solving questions. So what I used to do is that in my third year, I used to solve the uh, questions of the. There are three kinds of tests: short tests like the subject tests, and the half subject tests, and the full length tests. So I only used the screen calculator for the full length tests, and I did not use the screen calculator by mouse for the short length tests. And because of that, I suffered in the gate 2022. I was a bit slower, and I actually felt that in my gate 2023 I was very fast with that calculator. Okay, so I can give you an example. So let us say that you have to solve uh, expression like this into ln 2 by 7. Okay, this whole to the power 1 by 25, this by 1 by 3 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 11. So let us say that you have to solve this. So if you have practiced with your calculator enough, then your brain will know that how to get this expression in the calculator in a very less time. And if anyone has not enough experience with the calculator, then he or she will struggle that okay, that first I will do this thing, then I will write the value in my copy, then I will uh, then I will evaluate this thing, then I will evaluate this thing, then I will multiply this and divide by this, and after that I will this. But if anyone has practiced enough, then he or she knows that this expression can be evaluated in the calculator in the first go itself. Okay, so this is also a very important tips. Okay, and the next one, and maybe the last one, is very important: focus. So I know all of you will jump out, and you know that yes, we know that focus is very important. But now I will tell you that how to build that focus, because our brain is also a machine, right? Our body is a machine, so our brain is a part of that. Our brain is a machine. So you have to, so if in any machine you have to make that machine most efficient, right? So if you are someone who wants to uh, improve your focus, then you have to train your brain like that. So So firstly, what happens to us in the examination? So let us say that you are solving the question number 12. So during solving during solving this question number 12, this may be the case that, okay, you are solving and somewhere you have the calculation, yes, like omega 1 t1 equals to omega 2 t2, you are solving 30 into 15 equals to 5 into x, or 5 into t2, then t2 equals, and during this solving you are thinking that, oh, I have a lot of questions left. So how many questions I will be able to solve? Okay, so the question number 5 was not solved by me. So was that question solved by any other else, or am I the only one who cannot solve that question? So these kind of thoughts uh, are constantly popping in our mind, right? And not only even these thoughts like, maybe if I cannot crack the gate examination, then what will happen? So if what will my parents say, what will my friends say, how can I manage that in front of my girlfriend, and all of these things. Okay, various things like that. Maybe the song of Pathan, maybe the song of any other movie, that thing in Oppenheimer, all these things are popping in your mind, right? So you have to somehow train your brain that if I am solving this question number 12, I will only solve this question number 12. Okay, now admit that this is pretty hard. This is very hard. Okay, so then how to do it? The ideal situation is that all 100% of the focus is on solving this question number 12, and that focus, actually this kind of focus only the sages can have. Okay, okay, so my point is, if not 100% focus on question number 12, if not that, at least 80% focus on question number 12. That is, out of those million thoughts, 100 thoughts may come, but those million minus 100, those thoughts you should be able to eliminate. And even if you are thinking, so then your brain and mind will only remind you that, okay, now I am solving this, just don't think those things. Okay, so we have to first admit, and first we have to view and visualize that we always talk in our mind, and that is thinking. Okay, we always talk with ourselves in our mind, and that is thinking. Okay, so you have to stop that, and that thing you can do by various practices. So uh, the main thing is mindfulness, and to maintain mindfulness or awareness is very hard actually. That means you have to keep track of the things of which you are making the about which you are making the conversation with yourself at every moment. Okay, so uh, you can hear just here and there about meditation, that to calm our mind, we should do meditation. But what do you understand by meditation? So it is not just sitting on a place, putting off all the lights. It is not like that. So even if you are playing a game that you like the most, or you are singing a song that you like the most, or even if you are talking to your crush, so in all these situations, maybe it might be the case that you are forgetting about all the external things, and you are 100% into that matter. So that is called meditation. So you can practice for some simplest thing in our daily life, like if if you can concentrate on your eating and on your food while you are having any meal like lunch, dinner, breakfast. So if you can concentrate your whole brain and mind into that one action, that that calmness and concentration will also be reflected in every aspect of life and get exam. So these things are actually important, because believe me, to stop silly mistake, I mean the reason of the silly mistake is only this uh, distractions. Okay, so you have to minimize this distraction as much as you can. Okay, so that you can do by practicing this mindfulness and all. So this awareness, mindfulness, this cannot come in one day or 1 week or 1 month. You have to practice it by month and month, by years and years, then you can see some benefit. Okay, so I have mentioned all the 4 5 topics, I guess, which I have learned from my third year gate mistakes. And I am not claiming that I have improved all my focus after that. So I am also trying. I mean, even after the gate examination, I am still trying to improve my focus, to improve my concentration, and all those things. Okay, so, and after all, as I always used to say, that everyone has his or her own unique strategy. Okay, so how to make a strategy on that also I will make a separate video, because I almost hear every time that whenever I meet any gate aspirant, he or she asks me that what was your gate strategy. So okay, you can take some idea from my experience, but believe me, following any other strategy in a blind manner, so that will not help you. Okay, that might help you a little bit, but your own unique strategy will help you in the best way. So just go for that. So until then, you just um, revise these points that I have uh, talked about today. Okay, so these things you should keep in your mind, and these things you cannot uh, you cannot develop in just 1 or 2 weeks before the exam. You have to develop these things uh, with a large amount of time interval. Okay, so just start from now from now onwards to maintain all these things. So all the best for your life and get preparation. So you can contact me in the comments also, that if you have any suggestion on which you want any video. So until then, goodbye and take care.